What's up, y'all? Keith Dykes here with W.K.D Construction, and welcome to my channel. On today's video, we are going to prep and show you some foam insulation that we got going on this project, the Melton Farm project. So on the spray foam, it is a two-part, I guess a two-part chemicals. They're usually an A and a B. Runs through a hose spray. They got a air compressor, pushes air out, and then I guess those chemicals mix right at the end of the hose as it comes out, and it sprays into the void, which would be your stud bay, and then it just swells up and insulates it. And then what we are using on the Melton Farm project is open cell. There's two different types: closed cell and open cell. Open cell, it's probably the majority, I would say, probably what gets used in your residential construction. There are some cases where you're going to use closed cell, but closed cell is usually like a vapor barrier. It's real hard to touch. Open cell, like what we have here on the project, you can stick your finger and just go all the way through it. But closed cell is really hard. It's like a shell, a candy shell on there. So, but there are different places and that you need that one works better than the other. I'll get it out here in a minute. Like where we used open cell versus closed cell was at the pool house. We had a basement on a concrete wall, where we framed up a wall on side of that concrete wall, and we used closed cell up against the concrete just because it basically is a vapor barrier, and it will not suck in moisture. Versus if you did spray open cell on that wall, then that is very susceptible to moisture because it's like a huge sponge. So anywhere where there's moisture or you know, any of that, they're going to use closed cell. Anywhere that stays dry, most of the time, they are going to use open cell. All right, y'all, we are kind of moving forward with the Melton Farm project. We are really super cleaning up today because hopefully we will have the foam insulators here tomorrow. We got Steve on vacuum duty. I like to vacuum out the bottom plates around where the plate meets the floor. I like to get that real clean. And of course in the bottom of the wall cavity, I like to get that all clean before we blow foam into there. That way we've got a good, I feel it sticks better without that big old thing of dirt and debris on it. So we'll go ahead through the whole house, get everything cleaned up, and go check all of our wires, make sure everything's good to go, all our outside penetrations, make sure we got all that, excuse me, all those in there. And yep, hopefully, like I said, hopefully they will be here mañana. All right, so the insulation guys, they're here. They're prepping everything. They got all plastic down all over the floor, and windows plasticked up. They're still prepping back in the garage, and it'll still be a minute before they start spraying. But up top, they have a little knee wall, so they put some Tyvek up top, stapled it real good, and then they'll just spray foam against that, and the foam will go up the wall, up there, and up the roof. Well, the foam guys have been here. They are gone early though. It is Friday, and I showed up from the pool house. I run up to the pool house. We had to do some work up there today, so I come down here to check out and see what they had done. And they got all of the walls are done. They're all sprayed. They went back and kind of cut off what was fat in the wall, what needed to be shaved off. They do have some of that done, but I guess since it's Friday, they're like, hell, let's go. we ain't working till dark. But I don't blame them. I'm like, hell with it. I'll show you. So here's the garage, and you can see what I mean by being fat. They will have to come back and shave this off in line with the studs. But on average, this is a 2x6 exterior wall, so on average this is probably 5 inches thick.
So definitely a great R value. I don't know exactly what it is. I'll have to do some, I'll do some asking whenever they come back. But you can see right here they had to do some shaving. They cut it off, get it back behind the studs. That way when the drywall goes up, the drywall goes up against the studs and not bulging out because of the foam. And right here is the little knee wall up top that they installed that house wrap. And all that is just a backer, so we don't have to spend a bunch of time putting a bunch of wood up there. They just tack that up there, and then they can spray up against it, and all the foam holds itself, and then it closes off and seals off that hard connection, you know. Then you can see. Then it's about 6 to, I don't know, it's probably 7 inches thick up onto the roof decking. And when they come back, of course, they'll blow all the way up and over, and they'll have a complete encapsulation of the whole exterior of the house. So definitely very cool. And maybe I can come when they come back. I don't know if they'll be back in the morning, which would be Saturday. I might be able to catch them and maybe get them spraying in action, show you what that looks like. But we'll see when they get back. Well, all the spray foam has been completed, and I'm gonna get some drywall ordered and hopefully get it stocked here in the next few days, and we will be ready for the drywall, guys. Well, there it is. The whole envelope of the house has been sprayed. The roof decking, all the way to the gables, the walls, everything. Now we got a full envelope. The attic will be a conditioned space now, really. It won't get above, you know, what, 75, 78, maybe 80 degrees during the summertime. They did have to bat this little section right here. I didn't have a backer on there. Usually they'll have the sealant on and then they'll spray it, but I didn't have a backer, so they used bats and then spray foam where we did have the subfloor for the attic. But this kind of cuts off exhaust fumes from getting into the house part. I'll go upstairs. There we go. Now our central HVAC unit will stay nice and cool. It won't be overheated. My water lines will be safe from freezing. As I said, probably in one of my first episodes when we were getting the plumbing roughed in, I was going to run all of the water lines overhead just because I knew that we were going to be installing spray foam, and I knew my attic wouldn't let my being insulated wouldn't let my water lines freeze. And a very important thing, if you're doing foam, you have to have fresh air intake from outside for your unit to work properly, because if you do not have fresh air, and like in the winter time you will burn, and you got gas, you will burn up all of the oxygen in the air, and then that creates condensation, which will start sweating inside your walls. So this right here is our fresh air intake. It goes all the way outside right here. It's all insulated, goes out onto the porch. It will have just a regular grill, and it'll suck air in from out there and burn it in the unit itself instead of using all the oxygen up in this space. We are all foamed up, and as you see, we have drywall stocked and ready for the hanger and the finisher, which they do both of it. This guy's a new guy. I've been trying to get in touch with him for a while, and we just couldn't ever get a time schedule. So on this house, I called him enough time in advance, so he's going to be my new drywall sub from now on. So after the foam guys finished up, I went around, took some big stretch caulk. You can kind of see that, kind of got dark. Went around all of the header joints, top plate joint, bottom, where the bottom plate meets the slab. Everything is sealed off on the inside now. The windows are foamed. So we are ready for drywall. When they cover it up, man, I think we've got all of the air infiltration penetrations sealed up. That was our goal. So we got it foamed, and now we've got everything caulked on the inside, and then on the outside we actually went around the bottom again, took some Lexan and sealed around that joint as well. So there ain't nothing getting through that through that connection. All right, y'all, so that's it. That was our video on spray foam insulation. And if you are in the process of building a home or a new construction project or whatever you got going on, usually you're going to have to insulate, and foam, man, is really it's the way to go. I mean, it seals off everything on the outside, all your penetrations you got coming in through the sheathing, seals all that off going into the attic. And in this case, we are going to spray the whole envelope, which will be all the exterior walls, the roof decking, all the way up. We are encapsulating the whole house with foam insulation. And man, we're just going to have buku energy savings by using the foam insulation. Now that everything has been insulated, all the foam insulation is installed, all of our joints, all of our plates, everything is caulked, everything is ready to go. I got the drywall. We're gonna get the drywall hanger finisher to come. They'll start hanging, finishing, and we're just gonna keep rolling straight into painting, and then we're gonna jump outside and try to get all of the diamond coat siding installed here on the Melton Farm project. So man, it's still going. There is a lot of stuff that goes into building a house. I know a lot of people don't see, they don't see that. They don't know what's going to come next. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So thanks for watching, and just keep coming back, man. We're going to show you how to build a house from start to finish. So once again, I am Keith Dykes. This was the spray foam insulation video. Thanks for watching, and yes, sir, got it, coach. Y'all have a good day.